Hello and welcome to the Leeds Met SU election results with me, Beth.
And me, Eric. Tonight we're going to be finding out who your full-time and part-time officers are for the SU next year. So we have a tweet hashtag that you can follow us on or you can use in your tweets, and that is
Hashtag Leeds Met elects.
Yes, so feel free to join in the conversation. We'll be coming back here for breaks throughout the show. So all I can say now is onto the stage and enjoy. And we're not going to the stage just yet because we're not quite ready, but that's fine. We might as well introduce you now to our political enthusiast, Andrew, here.
Andrew's going to be with us all night explaining some of the ways we vote, why it happens, and if things do go wrong, then we're going to be picking your brains about why that might have happened. Brilliant. Yeah. And so with it being a live show, if things do go wrong, it's Eric's fault.
Yeah, why is it my fault?
Easier to blame.
Okay, that's fair enough. So I've just noticed we're on loudspeaker now, which means everyone can hear us. That's awkward, all right?
So down here we've got everyone who are supporting their friends, maybe some of the family. Yeah, we've got one or two anyway. Who are you guys supporting? No one.
Say it louder.
Anyone else? No, there's no one here. It's just noise.
So yeah, but anyway, don't forget you can hashtag Leeds Met elects to join in with our conversation throughout the night. We encourage you to do that, so we have more to say.
It's true.
Andrew, are you looking forward to tonight?
I am really looking forward to it. It's going to be a brilliant night. I'm just excited for the candidates, and hopefully, they do well. And if they lose, just get very drunk and enjoy themselves.
Yeah, sounds good. And are there any candidates who've stood out for you during campaigning?
Just the ones who were campaigning. I haven't had much time to really put much analysis into it. I've just been walking by, I've been saying hello, talking to some of them, and I wish them all best of luck.
Okay, and what would you say is sort of the best thing a candidate can do when they accept their new position, maybe not swearing and that sort of thing?
Yeah, generally swearing is a good thing not to do, especially from a future officer. But I think just make sure you congratulate the other candidates for a great campaign and make sure you have a good night with them afterwards. I mean, we're all friends here.
Yeah. And can you tell us about the sort of voting system that we use? Obviously, it's been going on for the last couple of days. We've been encouraging everyone to vote. Can you just explain a bit about that?
Well, we use the STV voting system here at the university. Sorry, the voice reverberated. People who are, the students who are electing the candidates get a selection of preferences. So first preference you go to the person who you want most to win, and then you allocate preferences accordingly, second preference, third preference, and these are taken in correspondence until the winning candidate gets about 50% of the vote. People get knocked out by each stage if they get the lowest vote. Usually Ron goes first, getting knocked out, and whoever put Ron first would, whoever put their first preference as Ron, their second preferences would go to another candidate.
Sounds quite complicated. We'll come back to you later tonight and hear a bit more about that. And I think we're nearly ready on the stage. So we'll hand over to current SU President, Dave. Thanks, guys. So we're just going to wait for Nicole to come up, and then we're going to have a bit of a chat with her about how she feels and maybe about the fact that we need to lower the mic sometimes when people are small, like me, pretty much.
Not long now. We actually timed this earlier, and it takes 45 seconds on average to walk from the stage up onto this balcony. Not that we're timing anyone tonight. Nicole, thank you. If you'd like to take a seat next to Andrew. So welcome, Nicole. Did you enjoy your speech? Did it go as planned, apart from the height problem?
I didn't really prepare what to say, but it was good, yeah.
Yeah. So you just kind of went along with what you thought was
My
right.
gut feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And other than Ron, you were the only person nominated, well, who went up for this role. Was that a good thing in your opinion? Were you glad there was no one that you had to contend with, or would you have enjoyed a bit of competition?
It was difficult not having someone against me, but and it would have been nice to have some competition, but I'm happy.
So, sort of looking at your manifesto now, what would be sort of one of your main points that you want to sort of take on board?
I'd like to look at getting some more books in the library. I do history, so we don't have enough books, and
Okay.
it'd be good to have some more.
There's
Yeah.
never enough books, is there?
Never enough.
How about digital books? Is that
Digital books as well.
Yeah.
It's something I'd like to encourage the universities to do.
And why did you go for this position? What was it about it that you sort of felt strongly about?
I understand the needs of the students in my faculty, and I felt that I could put this forward. And on a wider university level, I'm a course rep, so I understand what others need, and I felt that I can do more in the university.
Okay. And how are you going to be celebrating tonight?
I'm going to go and get drunk.
That's what we like to hear.
Are there a lot of you going out? Yeah.
Cool. Well done, and have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the next role is for the officer for Carnegie. Now, the current officer is Ollie Richardson. So we're just waiting for the next people to take to the stage, and then we'll be finding out who has won that position.
If we could just ask Andrew a question here. I think, Andrew, in that sort of situation where there's only one candidate running, what would happen if Ron, reopened nominations, had the majority vote in that case?
Well, nominations will be open to the broad membership of the Students' Union, e.g. students, and then other candidates could put themselves up and a new election would be ran.
And does that happen a lot? Is that frequent, or is it quite rare that that would actually happen?
You would have to be really hated
Okay.
that to happen.
Let's hope that doesn't happen tonight after you said that then.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but I mean, obviously you're sort of very familiar with the political world, so obviously this is probably a lot more fun than a political election would be, and we can probably expect a lot more drinking, would you say?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's a nicer environment. People seem to be friendlier, happier here, and it's less of a cutthroat election, which I think is better for the students and better for the candidates.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So on the Twitter front of things, we've had a few tweets from people. A tweet from Beth that was very productive, saying it's almost time to start, which was. That was quite a while ago. So if anyone else wants to get involved on the Twitter front, we'll mention your tweet and maybe talk a little bit about what you want us to talk about. Then don't forget to hashtag Leeds Met Elect and Leeds Met Elects, and we'll get you on board.
And if you do have any questions for Andrew or any of us two, or just anything you'd like to know, then feel free to ask us, and we'll try to get that answered for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, have you got any jokes, Andrew?
Not tonight.
Not tonight. I thought it was quite funny earlier. You were talking about people having to be sore losers or sore winners, good winners, sort of thing. And it reminded me of Friends, the Joey scene where he wins the soap awards. Well, he loses the soap awards, and Rachel is telling him to practice his losing face and not to go overboard. And I think it results in something like this.
But I don't think we're going to have any of that tonight because everyone finds out the results backstage. Although it might have been a little bit more fun to see people on stage finding that out. We're not actually going to see that. So everyone finds out, they're told, and then if someone does want a recount or something, even though all the votes are done online, is that right, Andrew?
Yeah.
So
All votes done
generally it's
online.
quite a reliable way of voting.
It's a very reliable way of voting. You literally just press results and they come up. If anyone asks for a recount, it would be due down to a technical error, but that is just not going to happen with the
Okay.
current voting system.
So we probably won't expect anyone to ask for a recount tonight.
If they do, they'll be suffering from a case of real unwarranted self-importance.
Okay, well, again, fingers crossed that won't happen.
So,
Right, we can hand back to the stage now, and we're going to find out who's got the next position.
so that was quite a heartfelt speech there from Tim.
I thought he
and
was going to say the best faculty in the world.
I
was waiting for
I
that.
thought he was going to say that. It's quite a bold
It's
statement.
ambitious, but, you know,
Yes, and
possible.
it's interesting because Tim actually was a faculty rep last year. So it'll be interesting to ask him, you know, how he thinks the role will differ from that, basically. Let's see how.
And here he is now.
Let's see, Tim, if you'd like to come and join us. Thank you. If you take the seat and the mic, there we go.
Come and have a chat with us.
Thank you.
Well done.
Well,
That was a very
thank
good
you.
speech, I have to say.
Oh, well, I didn't really want to prepare anything, but just like kind of roll with what you think at the time.
Yeah.
I knew kind of like I had to thank everyone and just, you come out with it, comes from the heart more than rather coming on with a sheet of
That's
paper.
good. We liked it.
Thank you.
So, Tim, you were the faculty rep last year,
I'm the current faculty rep.
and
So-
you're the current faculty rep now, and you've ran for faculty officer.
Yeah.
How do you think that role will differ? Do you think they'll be very much similar anyway? But you
Well,
know.
it is quite a similar role. There's more responsibility with the officer's job, and you've got a bit more clout within the university. At the moment, I'm more of a supporting role to the current faculty rep, who's also doing a great job, and I'll continue his work. But it's that step up, the extra step up the ladder.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And I'm just looking forward to getting stuck in next academic year now.
Yeah.
And you beat Ron by quite a lot there.
Yeah, I know. I was a bit worried, to be fair. I know as only candidate, but I thought some people were joking about, oh, we're going to vote for Ron. But
What was it like campaigning for you? Is it quite difficult when, do you sort of relax a bit more when there's no one that you're competing against, or do you still feel you need to sort of make that effort?
No, well, I've been out pretty much every day. I thought I wanted to get out there, get my face out there. Some people already knew me, obviously, from my current role. But it's just getting out there, getting your face out in the open, so people know who you are. So, last week, I run a free-to-play tombola, and that went down quite well. And it's like, oh, what's this? It's surely not free, is it? But yeah, it is, and that was quite good.
Yeah. And like you said, you are thanking your best friend. I guess he helped you out a lot throughout the campaign.
Yeah, it's been good encouragement, and like I said on stage, I probably wouldn't be here. I mean, we sat at home one night having a couple of drinks, and it's like, you should go for it. You should. I was like, we will. Let's do it. Let's get a manifesto wrote, and let's go. Let's try and win.
Yeah, brilliant.
So you owe him a couple of pints then.
Pardon?
You owe him a couple of pints for encouraging you to do
I
it.
probably do, yes.
And are you looking forward to working with the new faculty rep, whoever that may be in the future?
I am, yeah. I think the plus there will be I understand their role and form a good relationship with the next faculty rep. So I'm looking forward to that. But at the same time, my focus now has got to go back onto that job myself until September.
Okay, yeah. And for the results that you got, quite a high result. Were you shocked by the result, or were you?
Yeah, I probably was. I thought
Yeah.
I said to myself a week ago, if I can get just 100 people to vote for me, or just 100 votes for my position, whether it be for me or Ron, I'd say I'd be quite shocked at that. But so I think it was 327 or something.
It was high.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Were you really nervous backstage? Obviously, we don't see you find out whether you've got it or not.
Yeah,
Were you-
I think that's natural.
Yeah.
There's a kind of expectance when you're the only candidate, maybe, that you should get it, but you still don't know. It's not certain.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of nerves there.
Yeah. So you're going to be celebrating tonight then?
Most likely, yes. Although I've
Yeah.
got an early lecture tomorrow, so
Okay.
we'll see how it goes.
Well, you definitely deserve to after that result. So
Thank you.
we hope you have a brilliant night.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Okay, thank
Cheers.
you. Thank you, Tim. So we've got a few more tweets for you. Some people have been tweeting. We have Yasser, whose Twitter account is Hello Yasser, and she says, about to check out the Leeds He says, sorry. That's embarrassing.
Yasser was actually the president last year.
I know, I realise now. It's harder when you read. You don't really
Hello,
process
Yasser.
it. Hi, Yasser. I never met you. So Yasser says he is about to check out the Leeds Met SU elections. The SU I was president at. Good luck. Hashtag Leeds Met LX. So carry on putting those hashtags, and we'll be tweeting them for you.
And now back to the stage, I think. Yep.
We've got 2 minutes.
No. Okay.
So not back to the stage.
This is live, people, so...
As Beth said, it is my fault
yeah,
when
it's
this
Eric's
happens.
fault, obviously. So, any more tweets?
We have got a few more tweets. There's a few people that are feeling very underdressed, which is understandable. We have a lot of people really smartly dressed, like Tim and Andrew themselves. I kind of went for the smart casual.
Hello again, everyone.
And
I'm not.
So, as Tashi said, Millie has been re-elected. So there was probably quite a lot of pressure on her to deliver and be re-elected, but she has. So hopefully she'll be in good spirits to speak to us.
especially if she'd done badly this year. You never know, people might not have elected her, but she obviously did do a good job,
Yeah,
so it's fine.
people obviously liked her, so that's good. And she's almost here. Hello, Millie.
Okay.
Yeah, the chairs are tricky.
Right, congratulations, Millie. Thanks for joining us up here.
Are you pleased with how that went then?
Yeah, it was a bit stressful. Obviously, it's going to be stressful, but a good result, so I'm happy.
Yeah. And did you expect to be re-elected?
I didn't expect it, because at the end of the day, if anyone's passionate, then they can do the job just as well as I can. But I'm really thankful that I have, because it's good to have a second chance.
Yeah. And you've obviously enjoyed the role this year to be doing it again.
Yeah, like I came into it and we're the first people to ever do this role, so it takes a bit of first steps. So we've not really got into it properly and done what I want to do. So with another year, I'm going to get that opportunity.
Sure. So if we just take a look at your manifesto for a bit, obviously you've had the year to sort of build up, and your first manifesto, are you building on that, or are you keeping the same points, or have you added new ones?
Well, with being able to do it for another year, if I don't complete the things that I've said I'm going to do, obviously I'm going to carry on with them, but I've got some other things I want to do, so as much as possible I'm just going to complete.
Yeah, cool.
So what sort of stuff are you hoping to do this year?
I'm really focused on better networking opportunities, because a lot of students in business and law, and probably over the other faculties, have said that they've not got the opportunity to talk and get into possible career roles. So the more that we can get relationships with businesses and solicitors and all that kind of thing, the better for the students. So I'm going to work on that.
And what's your favourite sort of thing that you've done this year? What are you most proud of that you've achieved?
I'm not sure.
Too many things.
No, too many things. Yeah, too many. We'll stick with that.
We'll say that, yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say a bit about your faculty as a whole. Do you know who has the largest faculty? Do you know if you are the largest?
I think it must be Carnegie.
You reckon it's Carnegie,
Yeah.
And so we had Tim saying he was going to make his faculty the best.
Oh.
How are you going to live up to that? Are you
That's
going
a
to
bit
try
of
and make yours the
competition.
best?
That's competition. I'll just fight until the end. I'll just do it. That's all I can say. I'll just do it.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
So what sort of things have you been doing while you've been campaigning over the last couple of weeks?
Just talk to as many people as you can, get the message across that it's down to the students who they want to represent them. So the more people that I go up to and say that they have the opportunity to decide, the more people that vote.
Yeah. Have you enjoyed it? Has it been difficult or?
It's, as I said, it's the first time anyone's done it, so it's going to be difficult to know exactly what we're supposed to do and how big and small our job role is.
Yeah.
But it's difficult, but it's workable.
Did you find it easier this year with having experience from doing it last year?
Well, I'm doing it this year.
Well, I mean campaigning.
Yeah.
When you
Oh,
had to campaign
campaigning,
before.
yeah. It's very stressful for a short amount of time. I mean, you have like no sleep and nothing, but all you can think about is campaigning. So I guess having the experience was good. I'm much more confident being able to go up to talk to people. So yeah, definitely a better one.
So you're quite relieved all that campaigning's behind you.
I'm
now. You
relieved
just
it's all
enjoy
done now.
having the role.
I'm just gonna work on the role now.
Yeah.
So.
And maybe some celebrating tonight.
Oh hell yeah!
Are you going out tonight with everyone?
Hey?
Are you going out tonight with everyone?
Everyone, you're coming too.
Everyone. I'm coming too. am I?
Yeah.
Right. Well,
You pulled
I have
Eric.
to be up early for uni tomorrow, but
Yeah,
we'll see
you're
about
still
that.
coming, Eric.
Okay.
And,
Apparently, I have whiskey shots lined up for me for afterwards.
Oh, I'm joining.
You two together.
Yeah.
And have you brought any friends or family with you
Yeah,
tonight?
I've brought my flatmate Hannah and my friend Sean from uni, so they've been great.
Okay, so you've got some good support with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But-
And has anyone been helping you campaign? Have you been giving out sweets, or we've had people dressed up as monkeys? and
Monkeys.
that
I
sort of
didn't have
stuff.
anything spectacular, but no, just my friends have been brilliant talking to people for me. I've got leaflets. Just talking to people is the best way you can do it. Like, making something to see is obviously going to be like easier to engage, but the talking is what matters. So I've just
Yeah.
focused on that.
Cool.
Well, thanks for joining us, Millie.
Cheers.
And yeah, I hope
And,
you have a good evening and good luck with next year.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
enjoy your whiskey shots with Eric,
Oh, hell yeah.
apparently. All right.
Thanks.
So far so good. No Ron.
No
No
Ron,
recounts.
no
So
recounts.
it's all going quite well.
Yes, it seems to be at the moment, but we've got a whole night ahead of us. There might be a few upsets just yet.
What can we expect for the rest of the evening, do you think? Because obviously we're building up to the really important positions later on, sort of the president and the most coveted roles. Do you think it's going to get a bit leirier by then, possibly?
Well, the drinks seem to be going down quickly. People are going to get more excited, and I think, it's going to culminate in the president. It was a really close race this year, and I don't know, I'm just looking forward to those cheers, that sadness. Why am I looking forward to that? I don't know. But either way, it's going to be an interesting evening.
So, should we read some more tweets? I think it's tweet time, I think. 'Cause whenever we run out of things to say, we go to tweets. We'll read one tweet, and then we're going to head over to the stage. And Jawanza Ipiana it's exciting to see the HE Union of the Year broadcast elections live, accessible for all. So I think we're going to be shortly passing on to the stage. So if you have any more tweets that you want to send us, don't forget to hashtag LeedsMetExecs. Didn't miss the S that time. That's always good.
Leeds
Yeah.
Met elect, not
Yes.
execs.
Did I say execs?
You did.
I did.
I told you
Wow.
it was Eric's fault.
Yeah.
And we're just about ready to go back to the stage.
Who's going to be coming up? we'll be interviewing Helen the same as we've interviewed all the other candidates now. So hopefully she should be on her way soon. Don't forget that important 45 seconds. It is always a very long 45 seconds.
So Ron lost again. Not a good night for Ron.
No, I really do feel bad for him. Every election he stands and just
Never
never
gets
gets
it,
in.
But good news for Helen.
Yeah. Hello, Helen. If you'd like to come take a seat over here, we'll. Thank you very much.
Hello, well done. You beat Ron.
Yes, thank you.
Were you expecting that, or were you still a bit
No,
nervous?
I was starting to panic slightly there just before the other candidates were coming up, but thankfully it all worked out.
So, how are you feeling doing the speech in front of everyone? Is that something you're used to, or is it something that made you nervous? And
Not at all. I was petrified.
Were you?
That's why I kept it short and
Yeah,
sweet.
short and sweet. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we hate when people just go on.
know.
So,
So have you prepared anything, or was it just say what you think?
No, I just winging it.
Yeah, fair enough.
so this year we had Craig Clements. Is still in this role. Are you following on any of his continuous projects? Are you starting up new ones, or?
I am aware of some of the things that he has been working on during his role, and I definitely want to sort of continue with the good work that he has done, and hopefully start up some of my own.
And why did you want to get involved with the SU?
Sorry.
Why did you want to get involved with the SU?
It's somewhere I can make a difference, and I can actually make changes and possibly influence other people's lives, other people's students' lives, and thought it would be good for me to learn new skills and things like that. So,
And what sort of changes do you want to make? What are you sort of aiming to do with your role?
there's a couple of things that students have said to me things like recycling. They want to make recycling easier in their place of halls. I want to make it easier for students to access locally grown produce, and so making it easier and cheaper for students to access these types of things as well. So that's sort of some of the things. Yeah, and get the market to the students as well. You know. Make them know that it's there, and yeah.
Cool. And so, from your manifesto, is there a specific point, just going back to this now, that you would, you want to really work on? Do you have a main manifesto point?
There's one thing that I've heard talked about is getting a rooftop garden, possibly on some of the roofs in some of the university buildings. I think that would be a great opportunity for us as the students to sort of grow some of their own produce and make the use of the space that's there, basically. So that's something I'd really like to work on.
Cool.
And did you enjoy campaigning? Obviously, it's quite a lengthy 2 weeks of campaigning for you.
It's been fun. It's been stressful building up to tonight, but I'm glad it's here now and be all over soon.
Were you quite relieved you weren't running against sort of loads of other people?
In a way, yeah. But in a way, I wanted a chance to prove myself and someone to compete against. I mean, I might have put more effort into campaigning if that was the case, but at the end of the day, I'm happy with I got the role. So
it's fine. It's yours.
Yeah, and how are you going to celebrate tonight?
I'm going to have 1 or 2 more glasses of wine and relax. That's pretty much it.
Sounds good. Well, congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you for talking to us.
Thanks for joining us, Helen. Thanks.
Okay, so now we have a video for you. It's been put together showing how we got here and sort of the campaigning that's gone over the last 2 weeks.
So it looks like the candidates have been really hard at work throughout their campaigning. We just wanted to go over a little bit more with you, Andrew, just for those of the people that missed it earlier maybe or didn't quite understand the whole AV voting system. I know there's a better name for that system, and if you'd just like to go into more detail about that.
STV, although I'm just trying to remember if it's STV or AV here, but I'm pretty sure it's STV.
What does that stand for, STV or AV?
Single transferable votes.
Okay.
So basically, person who is voting, you get a number of choices, depend on the number of candidates. So if it's 2 candidates, you get 3 choices, 2 candidates and run. 5 candidates, you get 6 choices, 5 candidates and run. And you place as your first preference the candidate who you want the most, and then second, third, allocated accordingly. After that, on the actual night of the elections, wait a moment, on the night of elections, the person who will get the least votes from the first hand will get knocked off, and their votes will then be transferred to the rest of the candidates accordingly. And this will keep going on until one candidate secures 50% of all the votes, so meets the quota and therefore wins the position.
So if you could just tell us why this method of voting might be better than just standard, I've got the most points, I win.
Well, the thing about first past the post, that's whoever gets the most votes wins. It's all right for national elections, but with STV, you're giving the student a chance to air their broader views about candidates and actually make sure the candidate who wins at least got 50% of the electoral vote and therefore, has some real accountability to the electees.
Okay. And why do we have Ron reopen nominations? Because on the political world, I think you kind of just you have your options and that's it. Why at university do we have Ron and you can reopen it?
Well, I'll draw this back to an an election for NUS president back in the 90s. The Labour Party slate wasn't able to hand in their papers in time, and therefore, the guy they wanted to put up for president, Stephen Twigg, actually, who's the current shadow education secretary, they organised a Ron campaign so they could get him on the ballot and get him elected. So it could be that if there's only one person running, you vote Ron if they don't like the person, or if none of the candidates are really good enough in the voters' eyes, they have that chance to let other candidates come in and potentially do a better job than the other candidates. But it all depends on how the voters feel about it and how much they hate them.
Okay. And do you agree with this sort of voting? Do you think it's appropriate to use within the university?
Within the student union, yes. It makes sure that the students get to allocate any number of their views to different candidates, and candidates really have to fight it out for every last vote, rather than just trying to secure a majority in first preference votes, which it can lend itself to some very heavy-handed tactics, and can be quite unfair.
Okay.
So, Andrew, just moving on slightly from that, that was great, thank you very much. I was just wondering whether you personally had ever ran for a campaign where you needed to be elected or voted for?
Wait, pardon? Can you just
Have
repeat
you
that?
ever personally had to run for a campaign?
Yes, I ran in my first year for president, which a friend kind of forced me to. I didn't get anywhere. I barely beat Ron. So at least the students didn't hate me that much. But yeah, it was a learning curve. It was an experience that actually got me involved in the SU. I made a lot of friends because of it, and I'm sitting here today because of that horrible decision.
That's fair enough. So you know what they're going through right now. You've experienced this before.
Yeah,
Do
stress.
we not want to talk about it though? Should we leave that in the past? Is it too painful?
It's horrible. It's horrible. Just thinking about it's making me swell up. But no, they'll be stressed. But hopefully, whatever result, they'll still have a good time tonight. I remember I had a very good time. And then I was here last year running the referendum campaign that we actually got passed. First one in Leeds Met history for the living wage. Yeah, I got severely inebriated yet again.
So you wouldn't consider going for it again?
No.
No.
I'm ready to move on.
Okay.
So from your experience from running in the campaign, what advice can you give to first-timers if they're going for president in their first year?
First-timers? Just make sure you speak to students, you get them to vote for you. Not force them to vote for you, of course, that would be, against election rules, but at least try to persuade them. Just talk to as many students as possible and get your message out there. It's not about the posters, it's not about the gimmicks, it's about your connections to them.
Good advice. Good
Brilliant.
advice.
Well,
And I think
it's great to have you with
about-
us tonight.
We're just about ready to go back on the stage for our next section, and let's find out who we've got on stage. Quite an emotional speech there.
It was, and I love her use of technology.
You
I
would.
think times are moving
Eric's
on.
a techno geek.
Andrew and myself both have iPads with us tonight, and not that I'm promoting Apple in any way or endorsing Apple. Yeah, the internet is where it's at. Digital paper. That's
No.
right. I do miss writing sometimes, though.
Okay,
But,
let's move on to Embla,
yeah.
who's just about up the stairs.
Hello, Embla. If you'd like to come take a seat with us. if you just sit right back on the seat and keep your mic up to your mouth, and
And don't fall.
they're very high, aren't they?
What?
They're very high seats, aren't they?
It's a bit scary.
Well done. You are officially the most prepared candidate, having your speech written on your phone. Well done. No, it's a good thing. Did you enjoy doing it?
It was amazing. I feel really like, oh,
It was very emotional. I could tell it was heartfelt.
I
as
know.
well. Yeah.
I really wanted it. Like, I'm really passionate about it, so.
Good. And obviously, Paula, handing over to you, someone you look up to and
Yeah, definitely.
inspires
She's
you
a good
lot.
friend, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So how was campaigning when there was no one to sort of compete against apart from the dreaded Ron?
It was fun.
Was it fun?
I didn't have to, go crazy or anything, but I really enjoyed it. It was a good first experience of campaigning.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if I get, if I'm running against someone next year, then,
You'll have that experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what was your strategy for campaigning? Did you just sort of do a day and think that'll do, or did you
Oh, no,
carry on?
I was online every day,
Yeah.
all day, till 3 a.m. And then just walking around campus, talking to everyone,
Yeah.
while talking to women students.
Yeah, you've got quite bright hair as well, so you stand out.
I know.
People aren't going to forget you, are they?
Hopefully.
So you enjoyed the experience of campaigning.
I
and
know,
getting out
it's been
there
so
and-
amazing, and I've met so many great people. It's brilliant.
So we're going to ask some difficult questions now.
Okay.
I'm joking. No, just sort of looking at your manifesto. I mean, if you could tell us maybe one of your main focuses, or you don't have to.
Can
if
you
can't-
remember
if
them?
you-
My head is just everywhere. No, basically just working hard to represent female students, doing what they want me to do. That's my main thing.
Yeah.
Just do what everyone wants me to do.
Yeah. So
Represent-
now you've got the position. What are your immediate plans? What are you looking forward to doing?
Everything.
Everything.
just being there, having my voice heard, having the female voice heard.
Yeah. And you're going to carry on some of the stuff that Paula's done.
Yeah,
and
definitely. Yeah,
keep that
just sort
going.
of carry on, and everything, gets to improve, everything,
You seem very, very happy.
Yeah,
Were you expecting to win? I mean, did you think that you'd done enough with all your campaigning and getting your face out there?
I think so. Obviously, I'd always want to do more, but, I think I did as much as I could possibly do,
Yeah.
and I'm just really proud.
Oh, well done.
Well, I think it's great to have someone like you on board, Embla.
Thank you.
So willing to get involved and seem to enjoy every aspect of the job. And I
Definitely.
really hope you have a good year in election. And thank you for joining us, Embla.
Well
Thank
done.
you very much.
Have a good night celebrating. Oh my God. Just give that to Andrew. Thank you.
Right.
So poor
Andrew.
Ron again. Poor Ron again.
It's just not his night, is it?
No, very clearly a very pleased candidate there.
Does anyone know if Ron has a Twitter account? Is John running that account? Do we know? Is that something that's happening?
Usually you get joke Twitter accounts on the things, but seems not to in the Leeds Met one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Twitter, don't forget to carry on hashtagging your tweets for tonight, and I'll get Beth to say it because I can never remember it.
Hashtag Leeds Met elects.
Yeah, so I'll look at some current tweets that people have been sending in. Here we go. So hashtag Leeds Met elects, not execs. The Wi-Fi in here isn't amazing. We've got Jonathan Clough here asking Andrew, what have you got on your iPad?
Pardon?
What have you got on your iPad, Andrew?
It's not working.
He hopes it's Twitter.
Oh.
Hi, John. John was here last year. So
Yes. What was John's job last year? He didn't really do much, did he? I'm
he
joking.
did. He did a great job. And with Met TV and Met Media. So
Yeah.
thank you to him for that.
And Jonathan actually set up the current design of the Met Online website, which you can visit. Little plug there.
www.themetonline.co.uk.
Yeah. So Andrew, for the rest of the night, obviously we're all looking forward to who's going to be president. But I think the other role is obviously just as important. If you could just quickly say a little bit about tonight in general. I don't know why I'm asking, to be honest. I have no idea what I'm saying.
Well, I don't know how to answer that.
Which role are you really excited to see?
That's
who's
what I
Oh,
was
it's
getting at.
always the president. It's always the president. They are the ones who are going to be leading the student union for the next year, and you know they manage the thing. They manage the rest of the exec. They're the most important person in the SU.
Okay, we're going to pass over to the stage now. Thank you. So, Graham has been re-elected, which is great for Graham.
Clearly a popular candidate with everyone cheering from down there.
There was a very good round of applause for Graham there. I actually got a little bit emotional, but it was, you know, it's good. I think it's well deserved, and he's a very hard worker.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has been doing a great job. Hopefully, he'll be with us soon, so we can, you know, congratulate him and ask him what he's got in store for us for next year. I think I'm looking forward to speaking to Graham. Graham. Well done, Graham.
Well done.
Red one, eh?
So how are you feeling? That was a big round of applause for you there. You're obviously very popular with all your peers.
I don't know how to describe how I feel. I was nervous all the way through, and just to see me come back in again, I honestly wasn't expecting it, and you know, I just feel incredible right now. I just want to thank everyone again.
Were you expecting that? I mean, obviously you will have been hoping for it, but you were up against another strong candidate. Did you think you had it in the bag, or?
I wasn't expecting anything. I don't take anything for granted in these, because I've been in 3 of them now, so I know that anything can happen in these. And Sugbir did a brilliant campaign. She's a fresh air as well, so to see such a brilliant campaign from first year students is absolutely incredible, and it's definitely kept me on my toes for the entire time.
That's great, Graham. And as was mentioned on the stage, the SU won an award. Would you like to tell us a little bit about what the award was?
Yeah, while the ballot was open for this, NUS were having the Disabled Students Conference, which is basically every union in the country was meeting to discuss national policy and talk about, you know, stuff that's going on for disabled students nationwide. And Leeds Met won the award for Higher Education Union of the Year, which is basically saying that this union is the best union in the country for disabled students activism. Something I'm extremely proud of, and the guys from last year who paved the way have done an amazing job as well, so they should be proud of themselves too.
Brilliant.
So it's obviously been a successful year for you. What are you hoping to achieve with your next year in your role?
I've got quite a bit planned. I want to try and increase engagement again by trying to make the societies more accessible. So we'll be working with the new VP activities on that. I want to try and continue to make the university more accessible, try and get the disability resource rooms better equipped, and try and do some stuff for Disability History Month in 2013 as well.
So what has been the highlight for you this year with your role? What have you enjoyed doing the most?
It's just been the whole experience. I've learned so much, and you know, not just with disabilities as well, just from the entire D&D team, but just being involved has just been absolutely incredible.
So obviously you'll be working with a new team this year, different bunch of people. How is that? Will that change the way you work, or will that just all carry on rolling as normal?
I feel sorry for these guys because they're going to be looking to me for things to do. I do think I might have to take on a bit of a mentorial role with the new guys, and you know, I do think they're going to be absolutely incredible in their own rights. And if they do need any help with the transition, then I'll be there to help them with that, because obviously I've got the experience now. So hopefully we can make them get into action a bit quicker than what we managed to do this year.
I mean, with your role, is it quite independent, or do you have a lot of people working alongside you that help with what you do?
Well, when it comes to specific campaigns, it can be like we're working by ourselves, but a lot of what we do is because of the team. And I couldn't have done anything this year if it wasn't for Paula, Becky, Orly and Christine. They've just been absolutely incredible to work with, and this everything we've done with cross-liberation and helping each other out on our own individual causes has just been absolutely brilliant.
Did you find it easier campaigning this year because people kind of knew you already and you'd had the experience from last year? Was it a bit easier to sort of get on with it this time?
It never gets easier.
Never easy.
Never.
What about making that speech? Was that easier after having done it the year before?
Well, remember people's names this time, so
oh, right, that's good. That's always helpful. Did you enjoy doing that? Do you like speaking in front of people, or do you prefer to just sort of say thank you and get off the stage?
I've just done this way too many times, so I'll just not get used to it, but you see it happen more often, and yeah, it's just kind of settling into it a bit now.
Yeah, and it sounds like everyone down there is going to want to be celebrating with you tonight. Have you got any plans of, we heard whiskey shots apparently are going on later on, if you're a fan of whiskey.
Sorry, what was that?
I was just saying, there's apparently whiskey shots going on later on to celebrate.
Probably not for me. I think I'm shotting off.
Well done. It was a great result, and
thank you.
Enjoy your year.
I will do.
Again.
Cheers.
Thank you,
Brilliant.
Graham. Thank you. Cheers, nice one. Yeah. Have a good one.
So, coming up next, we've got the LGBTQ officer. It's currently Becky Smith who's in this role, so we'll have to wait and see who is going to be her successor for the next year.
Yeah.
Well, I just had to say congratulations to Graham. He's done an absolutely brilliant job.
And I think we're just about ready to go back to the stage. We'll just wait for Callum to come up now. He's walking quite slowly, which is always helpful.
45 seconds.
You're going to count down.
I'm going to get sick of that by the end of the evening, aren't I? So don't forget you can hashtag
I
us.
just want to hear you say it again. I want to
Leeds-
hear you say it wrong.
Leeds Met LX. Spot on. There we go.
And I think Callum's just about up the stairs.
It's just coming.
In between there.
Callum, thanks for coming.
Well
Would you like to
done.
sit down?
Did you enjoy that?
Sorry?
Did you enjoy doing your speech? You seemed quite nervous.
Yeah, I was very nervous. I didn't expect to win, so I didn't really know what to say, but I really look forward to getting started and hope that I can do everyone proud.
And I assume you're happy you've won.
Of course.
How did you find the competition? Was that difficult?
I've never campaigned for any elected role before, so it was very nerve-wracking, but I'm definitely glad I put myself out there and went for it.
You mentioned just then a Facebook campaign, people sort of getting involved with you on Facebook. Was that a big part of your campaigning over the last couple of weeks?
I had quite a bit of support from people on the LGBT scene in Leeds, and a lot of the drag queens and things shared my page and directed people to it. So, yeah.
So what was the in your manifesto? What would you say is the most important part of the manifesto that you want to sort of get a hold of next year?
I think it will be the campaign that I want to do in coordination with other charities to really show people that someone's sexuality is not their identifying characteristic. So, for example, they might be a lot of things before they are gay, because when someone is gay or lesbian or bisexual, transgender, that seems to be the label that people put foremost when they think of that person.
Are you looking forward to working with your new team of people?
Definitely, yes, and excited to see who else is nominated.
Do you know many of them already?
I'm sorry?
Do you know many of them already? Do you know any of the team already? The current team?
Not very well. I mean,
fine.
I just moved back to the UK from California in September, so I have not.
Okay, right, okay, yeah.
And why did you want to get involved with the SU? What was it about this role that you felt was important, and being involved with the student union?
It's similar to roles that I've done in the past in LGBT activism, and I was sort of trying to find my feet in the UK and find a way that I could get involved in activism again, because I've just been drinking like any other student and partying and not really doing anything too serious, and I really missed the opportunity to do that, which is what I did a lot of in California.
And is it a relief to have the campaigning over, or did you enjoy it?
I'm sorry.
Is it a relief to have the 2 weeks of campaigning over? I bet it's felt like quite a long 2 weeks, or did you enjoy campaigning?
I did enjoy campaigning. It was good to get out there and speak to students, and you normally wouldn't get to do that.
Brilliant. Well done, and enjoy your night, enjoy the celebrations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. If you just leave on the seat, that would be great. Thank you.
Well,
So-
more tweets.
We have a few more tweets, I think. Let me just get my head round them. So a lot of tweets, sort of congratulating the people that have already been elected from friends. Leeds Met SU are continually tweeting as well. Have you found anything, Andrew?
Kind of connected. I don't quite know yet. I'll have a look.
Well, I've just seen one from John, who we mentioned earlier, who said, tweeted you, Eric, and said, me and you are going to have words.
I was, yes.
Fair enough, John.
I was
Get it.
joking when I said he didn't do anything. Sorry, John. I apologise for that.
And I found someone who has accidentally put erection instead of election results. That's about it.
Basically, everyone's happy. And
Yeah.
hopefully, as the night goes on, not that I condone alcohol in any way at all, but the tweets might get a little bit more interesting. Who knows? So what have we got next, Beth?
So next we have Black and Minority Ethnic Officer. The current is O'Reilly. So we'll see. I think we actually only have Ron again, and we have Aisha. So we'll have to see whether Ron has finally got a victory or whether we've got Aisha.
Cool. So it's been a good night so far. I think it's actually gone a lot quicker than we planned. As far as looking at the time.
The speeches have gone a lot faster. I think people aren't keen to have the sort of 90-second, 2-minute speeches that they were designated. So I think they're quite keen to get off that stage and get up to us.
Yeah, we need.
It can be quite nerve-wracking being on the stage, particularly in front of like all these people who've campaigned against or campaigned with you. You know, you want to get off as quick as possible, even if you've won.
Yeah, definitely. Exciting. I think we're nearly about ready for our next candidates to come on. So this should be interesting. Very interesting.
Well, I've noticed it's been getting louder from the crowd. Like they're obviously enjoying themselves now.
There's quite a big crowd down here now. It's filling up. There seems to be a lot of support. So everyone's probably coming to find out who's going to be the new president. But that's right at the end of the night, so you'll have to stay tuned for that.
So we've got about 30 seconds and then we'll be heading over to the stage. Any last minute words of encouragement for our nervous
A
delegates?
nervous Aisha and nervous Ron.
Yeah, nervous Ron. Poor man he is.
Right, we're seeing the flashing sign saying a result is imminent, and there's some people coming on the stage, so we'll pass back over to them.
Yeah. So we'll be passing over to the stage now.
Another short and sweet.
Yeah, I like the short and sweet ones. I think you're kind of excited. You've just been elected.
I can imagine if it was you, though, you'd go on.
I think I'd write a comical speech. I think I'd go for I want to thank my mum, my family, and
cat.
I'd
You'd
go
thank
on.
your cat.
I'd thank my cat. I'd go on as long as I could until John physically dragged me off the stage. I think
That would be amusing.
that would when the music comes on, that's when I stop.
Giving a long speech.
A really long speech. Is they the rules now? Okay.
All right, so I think we have Aisha with us here, and we'll just bring her on to the set. Hi, Aisha. If you'd like to take a seat on there.
Well done. How are you feeling?
Apart from nearly falling off the chair, fine.
Yeah, I had that problem too. Was that the result you were expecting?
At last minute, I was starting to panic,
Right.
not thinking I was campaigning as intensely as everybody else.
Okay. So what sort of stuff were you doing when you were campaigning, or was it quite minimal?
It was quite minimal because I've had so many things on at university, so I was trying to keep the priorities straight.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Have you enjoyed it though, sort of speaking to people and that sort of stuff, getting your name out there?
Definitely, because it's given me more of an insight of what I have to do when I'm now, standing in the role.
So if we take a look at your manifesto, what would be one of your main points that you want to get people involved with next year?
Okay, one issue that the university has stated is that a lot of BME students aren't doing as well compared to everybody else at university. And one thing that I want to put forward is free English supplementary classes for all BME students, because this affects their writing skills if English isn't a first language for them. So I want them to sort of get the support that they need so that they could have a fair chance as well. That's one of them anyway.
Yeah, cool.
And what was it that made you want to get involved? Was it sort of seeing everyone sort of getting the manifestos together, or was it, when did you sort of decide that this was something you really wanted to do?
I actually really wanted to do it last year as well, but time was a bit of an issue. Just going in and out the student union all the time and thinking that I want to be a part of this and make an impact at the university.
Yeah, cool. So, what are you going to be doing to celebrate tonight?
Well, party with everybody else if that's what they're going to be headed to.
Have you got some friends along with you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, have you had good support from them throughout? They've been offering to help you sort of campaign and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, everybody's been really supportive and they've done their bit for me, so I think I owe a lot of favours.
Well done, and enjoy the rest of your night.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
So, Ron lost again. I don't think Ron's gonna maybe make an appearance tonight.
Hopefully not, but if he does, congratulations.
Congratulations to him. Yeah. I mean, when you ran for president, how many people were sort of running against you? That's obviously a highly contested role. I'm assuming it wasn't just you and one other person.
It was highly as contested as per usual. We had about 5 other people. Yasser was one of them, and he won. And then we had just a few other candidates. None of them quite as bad as me, though.
Okay. Why do you think you didn't get that role? Did you put a lot of effort into it?
I didn't campaign for it.
Okay. Maybe a little mistake there.
That was probably the reason to.
Yeah, potentially. But did you enjoy the not campaigning and the not winning?
To an extent, yes. I enjoyed making friends with people, participating within the students' union, and really engaging within it. And I think that's one of the most important things we can do as students here at Leeds Met.
Cool. So we have a couple of tweets to go through, if you're up for that. We have a question from somebody who's asking, what time is the president announced? That is a very good question, isn't it? Which we'll try and find out the answer, a rough estimate, and we'll get back to you on that one. The few other tweets, yet again, supporting the candidates that have won. They're all very nice, very factual. Aisha has just won, sort of thing.
Okay.
And, so that's good, but it's, there's another funny tweet from Jonathan Clough, but I'm not going to read that out because it's a little bit rude.
Okay.
I'm not going to read it out.
Okay, fair enough. That's fine. Have you got any over there?
No, the internet still isn't working. Oh wait, here we are.
And we've just found out that the new president will be announced at around 9:10, estimated time about 9:10. So stay
Less than
tuned
an
for that
hour.
in about an hour's time. Okay. So quite a long wait for the president to find out who's won.
No, I think the night's going to go by quite quickly.
The best till last, would you say, or is everyone equally as good? I mean, you're our political correspondent, so does that mean you have to be politically correct and say everyone's as good as each other?
Everybody's as good as each other.
Good answer.
Although president, obviously, you're there to line manage everyone else. It is kind of the most important position.
There's a lot more pressure on him, I guess, than anyone else.
Yes, definitely. If something happens to the students' union, the press are going to go to him or her. If something occurs with other officers, it's up to them and the chief executive to work it out.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so we've got the international officer coming up next. Should be coming up onto stage any moment now. So last year, who did we have last year? We had Christine Rogner, which she ran in November because it was a shorter year of elections for the new part-time roles, I think is why.
Okay.
But yeah, so hopefully the new candidate will enjoy their role.
And you've been involved in the SU
I
quite
have,
a lot.
yeah.
What would you say is the best thing about getting involved with them?
The best thing, I think, is definitely the people. I think everyone you meet, everyone is so willing. Yeah, everyone is so willing to get involved. so we're going to pass to the stage now for the international student. I think that was the first election where we've had more than 2 candidates. Am I right in thinking that?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to come back to you again to explain that voting because it's pretty complicated.
I can't hear myself. There we are. What happened there? We had 3 candidates, and before that, we were looking at 2 people run against each other. The person before that got 50% of votes and won. In this election, no one secured 50% of the vote after first preferences. Therefore, second preferences came into context. Ron was knocked off, and whoever voted second preferences after Ron went to Julia, and she got over 50% of the votes.
We lost you there for all the cheering for you. You've obviously got a good set of friends down there who are supporting you.
Sorry?
I just said you've obviously got a good set of friends down there who are supporting you.
Yeah, thanks guys.
I've got to say, you held your face very well on the stage there. You looked very serious, very good poker face.
I do performing arts. So,
that's
so how were you feeling back when you went backstage to get your results?
I guess I was very nervous because there was a lot of competition. We were 3 of us with, reopened nominations, a tough candidate. But we managed to get rid of it in the first round, so it was quite nerve-wracking. Yeah.
So were you expecting to win? I mean, obviously, more candidates in that round than there have been in previous ones. Were you? Did you feel the pressure when you were campaigning and everything, but you had 2 other people going against you?
Yes, I guess, especially because I didn't have a lot of time to campaign because of university stuff. And I think they both have really good programs and really good ideas. And I'm looking forward to working with both of them. If they want to help, I'll be honored, I guess.
So on the note of manifestos and ideas, what would you say is one of your most important parts of your manifesto?
Okay. Well, I'm kind of passionate about social enterprise, and by this I mean in the university, it would be good. They're passionate about social enterprise too. I'd like to transfer some sort of business and people skills and empower the international students, because I think that's really important to kind of transfer from the university to real life and to the community, which, I think I'm really passionate about. So.
Yeah, that's good.
You said you didn't have a lot of time to campaign, but you obviously did a good job. What sort of things were you doing?
I guess having like a solid manifesto really helped me, and because I'm training for marketing and advertising, I guess I used this opportunity to kind of put those skills to good use, I guess.
You probably did it without even realizing you were doing it. You sort of carried on with your work and thought, oh, I'm running a campaign at the same time. And then before you know it, you've won. And so what are you looking forward to most about next year? Are you looking forward to working with the people in the SU that will be elected?
To be honest, the thing I'm looking forward to is meeting more international students and talking to them and, having this communication and feeling like a real community. That's what I'm looking forward to the most, I guess. So.
Okay, well, thank you. We're going to cut to a VT now.
Hello, welcome back to the live elections at the SU. We've had our toilet break, so we're feeling refreshed and replenished.
Okay, so now we've got the big roles coming up. We've got VP Activities, VP Welfare, VP Education, and of course the President.
So all of these positions have a lot more candidates running than the other ones. Do you think that makes the campaign a little bit more interesting, Andrew?
It makes it very, very interesting, particularly as, they are getting paid at the end of it, and the candidate, that's what attracts such a large proportion of candidates.
Yeah.
And they're great roles to have great experiences, but it can get a bit choppy out there in those elections.
And it is essentially they're applying for a full-time job next year, really. So it's a big part of their life, really. So hopefully, without upsetting the people who don't win, that they'll find something else, or at least they might have a backup plan to kind of go along with if they don't win.
yeah, to any election candidate, don't give up your day job.
Yeah.
Good advice there. So yeah, as we said, these are sort of the big ones leading up to finding out who is going to be our new president. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, so don't forget, you can still carry on tweeting us. We'll be reading some more out later. And that's, what is that, Beth?
Hashtag Leeds Met Elect.
Yeah, so...
And we can go back to the stage now where we're going to find out VP activities.
So thanks for joining us, Chloe. Are you relieved that campaigning is over?
It's still a really big shock at the moment, so I'm trying to take it in. But yeah, it's been a lot of hard work over the last couple of weeks and trying to balance doing the campaigning and everything else at the same time with my university, but definitely worth it.
And what sort of stuff have you been doing while you've been campaigning?
I went to a few lectures last week because I thought it's a good way of speaking to many students at the same time. My friends also made loads of cakes, so I was giving out free cakes to lots of students. And generally just talking to everybody. So,
yeah, and have you enjoyed it?
Definitely. It's been a great experience and getting to meet all the other candidates and working with everyone.
But are you quite relieved to have that role now and know that you can just kind of get on with it?
Yeah, it's really good 'cause from experience with the volunteering side, I really want to make big changes and get more students involved. And yeah, lots of work to do now.
Yeah.
So what you said you want to make some changes, what sort of things are you planning to do?
Well, because my experience has been with CALM volunteering, I feel that a lot of students don't realise the opportunities available to them. There's lots of community partners to work with, projects to work on. So I really would like to get out more, spread the word and get students involved.
Yeah. So one thing that you may know already is you'll be working with us a lot. So that's exciting, obviously. Really good news. Do you have, what from your manifesto points that you've been campaigning with, is there any kind of specific point that you want to focus on more than others?
One thing, as well as the volunteering side, I'd like to bring societies and media and volunteering closer together. I know from projects that I organised last year, I found that working with societies and if you could get media involved, that would be really good if everyone could work together. So try and get a joint forum and get people to work together to generate ideas would be good.
Yeah.
And obviously you were up against quite a few candidates there. Were you really nervous backstage? Was it quite tense waiting to find out?
Yeah, definitely. I'm really still shocked that it is me.
Did you not expect to win at all?
No, really not.
Did you feel the pressure, obviously being up against that many people, did you feel that you really needed to get a good manifesto and a good bit of campaigning done?
Yeah, definitely, especially when we're all so different and everyone's got different experience in different areas. To try and get out there and the ideas that I wanted to do, found it quite daunting, but good work.
So what are your plans now? Because obviously the role doesn't start till September, so you've got a nice big period. Do you have exams? Are you still studying? How's that going?
I've got to finish my year, finish my dissertation. That really needs to come first now. But then get on board, find out what I need to get done, start putting my ideas in place and get training.
So you're in your third year now?
Yeah, final year.
Cool. And do you think it's the sort of job you would carry on for a second year afterwards if you were to be re-elected again?
I haven't thought that far ahead. Only just trying to get over this bit first, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
You're up against some really strong candidates. What do you think about your campaign strategy that really got you winning?
I think the biggest thing, because I spoke to Channing beforehand and got some advice of what to do, and just trying to speak to as many students as possible. So through lectures and things, definitely a great way of getting to quite a large volume of students at the same time. So that was my strategy. And then bribing people with cakes and sweets. Definitely worked.
Yeah.
I think I remember one of the cakes. They were lovely.
Yeah, you might have stood more of a chance if you'd have got some cakes when you were going for president.
Well, you know, home baking, it's close to my heart. That'll get votes anytime.
Were there any tactics when you were, did you sort of have a sneak peek at what everyone else was doing and sort of think, they're doing that, I'll have a go, or?
I did see other candidates and saw them around, but I don't know, I tried to stay focused on what my ideas were, so yeah.
And have you enjoyed the whole experience?
Definitely, it's been a good experience, and realising that I can do the things that I did, so going in front of lectures and speaking to students, going out there and finding what their ideas are, and getting to meet loads of great people who are campaigning at the same time.
And why did you want to get involved sort of with the SU and with obviously going to be working with Met TV and Met Media? Is that something that you're sort of really interested in?
Definitely, I'm happy to work with all different areas and try and get as many students aware of all the activities that they can get involved in the SU. From doing the student ambassador job that I did last year, definitely wanted to carry on my involvement in the student union.
Do you think the experience with being a student ambassador, do you think that has helped you sort of with your campaigning, being able to go and approach people and sort of make friends and get everyone sort of on your side?
I think so. It definitely helps that I've had the background, so I know a bit about what goes on in the SU, my ideas of what I want to do to make the change. And also the course I'm on, I'm doing events management, so that definitely helped with my ideas as well.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I think you'll have a great year, obviously, along with everyone else's one. And I hope you have a very good evening not campaigning.
Yeah, enjoy. You can relax now.
Thank you.
Okay,
well
thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I'll take the microphone. There you go.
So again, with the different style of sort of telling us the results there, breaking them down and that sort of stuff, do you think we can expect to see that a lot with the next few roles? Because they're all quite highly contested, as we said.
Well, you know, what we saw there, Chloe had quite a clear lead from the start, at least I think about between an 80 and 100 more votes than the other candidates. There we are. So, yeah, she's got off to a good start, and then eventually, as each of the other candidates got knocked out, their votes were transferred, and she got to 50% in the end. But I've seen the candidates doing the campaigns this time, and they were really working hard and having a good time with it, so it was all right.
Well, I think it's definitely getting noisier in the room. I think drinks are flowing, and people are there's a lot more happy people now that they've been elected. I think we've got a few tweets here. We just want to read a few of these. So Jonathan Clough thinks I could be the next Matt Baker. Just thought I'd get that one in there.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
Did not mention your co-host?
No, sorry.
Okay.
I'm sure you could be on the one show too. It'll be great. Along with you also, Andrew. And Graham Brittles has said, the screen could not handle my beautiful face.
Fair enough.
It is a very beautiful face, and it was a very good speech, and it was very well deserved. So yeah, that's pretty much all the tweets I have. I don't know if anyone else has. Do you have any on your device?
My SIM has gone, and I've lost all my internet yet again.
Good.
I think that's the Leeds Met reliable Edgy Room.
Edgy Room, gotta love Edgy Room.
Always reliable, always.
Well, next up we've got VP Welfare, and it's sort of, I think we can expect quite a few candidates for this role as well.
Well, it's been quite an interesting election. I've seen the candidates trying their hardest for this role, and we've got some really strong candidates here, so I'm going to be interested in where the results are going.
Okay. Okay, well, we can head over to the stage now, where I can see Megan is being hugged by quite a lot of people on her way here.
I think I like her slogan, putting fair back into welfare. I think that's quite a good
Play
one,
on
actually.
word there, yeah. And she's just about here now.
There we go. Congratulations. If you'd like to take a seat over here.
Well done. How are you feeling? That was a very emotional speech.
Was it? I think I just sounded emotional. I'm not sure. It was actually emotional. I'm just compose myself. Okay.
Okay,
You're right.
Good.
Yeah. So for this position, there was quite a lot of candidates running. A few people are running already in the SU and very much involved. How did this affect your campaigning? Did you assert a certain strategy to beat these people?
I'm not going to lie, I played the Irish card. I did. However, I was very close to not running because Andy Dimlow is such a good candidate. He's so involved. He's done a lot with welfare already. And he was big competition for me. So, yeah, I don't know what else I can say.
And you enjoyed the campaigning and everything?
I've really enjoyed it. It's been so tiring. Like today, whenever, like half an hour before voting closed, I was like, I don't know if I can do it anymore. But I did it.
Quite glad it's over.
Yeah, I really am. I need sleep.
Could you just hold your mic up a little bit closer? That's fine. So what are you most looking forward to about working in the SU next year?
Oh, I don't want to leave. I already work behind the bar in the Student Union, and I love it. I'm a graduate next year, so yeah, I'm really excited. I'm sorry, I'm so nervous.
I think leaving is quite a way off at the moment,
Yeah,
so you don't have to worry about leaving yet.
Well, I still have to finish my dissertation and stuff.
Do you think, I know this is also looking very far into the future, but do you think you'd do it a second year round as a full-time job?
Could you go through all that campaigning again, do you think?
I could.
Yeah?
I think I could take it.
Yeah, you've done it once. You can keep it going, I reckon. Just do the same thing again.
You need to find out if you enjoy the job first.
I know I'll enjoy it. I know I will. I definitely will.
Well, I mean, were you expecting to win? You had a lot of candidates up against you. Did you
I
think...
wasn't expecting to win. I honestly wasn't at all.
So you're pretty nervous backstage?
I was horribly nervous. As they were announcing the results, I was like, oh, I don't know.
So did you prepare a little speech, or was that just heartfelt?
That was completely from the heart.
Straight from the heart.
It was.
That's great. So from your manifesto that you've been campaigning to people, what would you say is the most important part of your manifesto to you? The bit you're most proud of and are more going to be campaigning and working on?
I think student safety. It's really important. Obviously, I want increased police visibility in residential areas. So yeah, that was my main point, that I really wanted to get through to students.
And what made you want to go for this role in the first place?
I don't want to leave the Student Union. And obviously, I mean, all of the other roles are great. I did consider running for president, but I kind of thought Dave was going to run again, so I was a bit intimidated. You can't have two people playing the Irish card.
So now that all that campaigning's done, you're just going to be able to relax, or is your mind going to be on what you're going to do next year with this role?
I'm so excited. I'm sorry, I'm just so excited. I need to get back to my dissertation. I've just taken 2 weeks off, and there's a lot to catch up on third year. But yeah, I am so excited to start the role. I really am. I just can't think straight.
And what was your favourite thing about campaigning? Sort of getting out there and meeting people and speaking to everyone.
The support that I got from my friends. I had no idea how good friends I had.
They liked you that much.
I didn't think so. They were great. I had Team Megan out. We had Team Megan t-shirts. Everyone saw them. They were awesome. I can't thank my friends enough. I really can't.
So you owe them quite a few drinks then.
I really do. I really do.
Okay. So how are you going to unwind tonight? What are you going to do to celebrate?
As the new Vice President for Welfare, I'm not going to get drunk at all. I think I need a few drinks. I think I do. But then tomorrow I'm going to unwind and sleep.
So when did you finish campaigning? Were you doing it kind of right up until voting closed?
Right up until the last minute, yeah.
So how long was that in total? Was that 2 weeks?
I started campaigning literally as soon as I could start.
Okay.
And I campaigned really, really hard.
So
flyers right there.
So were you sort of trying to just go, were you based at City or did you go up to Headingley?
I was at Headingley. I was trying to catch the sports students on Wednesdays, and most of the time I was at City.
Yeah. So it's been a lot of work for you then?
It has been a lot of work, and I am very tired.
Yeah.
So worth it, so worth it.
You can have a big sleep now.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to sleep.
Do you have anything you want to ask Andrew, or should I?
No, just congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I saw you guys all campaigning and just fighting it out. Like, apart from the Irish card, what do you think really got you that role?
Like I say, student safety. Everyone knows someone who's been burgled. Everyone. And I think that really hit home with a lot of people, and that was my main manifesto point that got across, I think.
Do you think you're Irish? Did you get the luck?
I don't know. I did try to use the charm, but I don't know whether it worked or not.
And did you get to know any of the candidates that you were campaigning against? Did you sort of see them walking down the hall?
But do you know what? We were so supportive of each other. It was great. Like, they're all really good friends now.
Well, I saw Sam Stafford. I saw him with the bear slash
the welfare bear.
Monkey,
he was so
monkey
cute.
suit thing. Yeah, and all the free marwams and that sort of stuff.
Flapjacks.
So,
yeah, flapjacks.
I liked all the free fruit I was
Free
getting.
food. Yeah.
Free food. I had raisins.
I like fruit.
I think what I noticed about the end of today, especially the last hour of campaigning, is I ate a lot of sweets.
Yeah.
It was very much, here, I have the rest of my sweets from my campaigning. It was very much what
even
happened.
when you sort of said, I've voted, you don't
Yeah.
have to buy me now. And I think everyone's just kind of getting rid of the
I wish
leftovers.
I could find these people. I want the
You
sweets.
were in the wrong place.
We just hang outside the library, Andrew. That's where it's at.
Student union.
Right, well, I think it's been great having you here talking to
Yeah.
us. Congratulations, well
Thank
done,
you so much.
and we'll let you enjoy your evening.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
So another happy candidate there, and we've got about 2 more roles left to go, and these are the big ones. So
Oh yes, education and president. We've had great candidates running for all of them. I think it's just going to be interesting watching results. It was interesting watching welfare there. Again, we've had one candidate who's really, gained the largest amounts of votes at the start on the first round, and that's carried on. I'm hoping we might see a bit of competition and not know what's going to happen. I'd love to see a surprise.
I mean, are you surprised that no one has asked for a recount, or that Ron hasn't sort of come about? We talked about it earlier, and still nothing.
They're having a bit of celebration down there. No, I'm not surprised. No, anyone's running for a recount. They all seem like a friendly bunch, and the system works. It's trustworthy. If you ask for a recount, all you're asking for is a refresh of the computer screen. It just, it would be totally irrational to do it.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, the atmosphere has been great. A lot of the winners have mentioned the fact that people have almost not been working together, but there hasn't been that sort of.
There's been some real camaraderie between.
Which is really nice. I mean, obviously, when you're going up against someone, you want to win, but it's nice that people have been sort of. There's been that camaraderie between them.
Well, we've had a great bunch of candidates, and they were all nice people, and together they just seemed to, it was an enjoyable experience for all of them. And I'm glad there were no arguments, or if there were, I don't know.
And so far, only happy tears.
Ooh.
And we've got the next result coming up now, so we'll head back to the stage.
So don't forget to carry on hashtagging your tweets, Leeds Met Alex. We're going to pass to the stage now for VP of Education.
So well done, Ollie. How are you feeling?
Like, words actually cannot describe it. Like, so happy.
I mean, you were up against quite a few people there who obviously had a lot of support. Were you quite nervous about tonight?
I thought I'd lost, so, like, honestly, everyone that I went against, they're absolutely amazing candidates, so.
Yeah, I think I completely agree. I think I've seen a lot of you around campus running for VP of Education, and you're all very, you're very committed and wanted the role very much. And obviously, great job for winning. Are you, during campaigning, was there a certain strategy you had to beat these sort of highly enthusiastic competitors?
My strategy was just like go and speak to as many students as I could. Like, I think that was everyone's strategy. Just you got to speak to students to get the vote. So.
And has it been a good experience for you the last 2 weeks of getting your name out there and getting your face recognised? Have you enjoyed that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd recommend this experience to anyone. Like it's just absolutely amazing. I can't, as I said, I can't describe it. Like.
I know there's a lot of people down there supporting you. Your name got a lot of cheers. I mean, have you brought a lot of friends and flatmates and stuff?
Yeah. They just said to me that they wanted to come along. So yeah, why not? It's a good night out. So.
So you ran last year, this current year, for faculty officer of Carnegie. Did you use some of your campaigning experience from that? Or was it does it all just come naturally now? Is it just, will you be running for President of America next year? Is that what you're aiming for?
It did help, of course. Like, I obviously had the experience of running an election, but also, like, I just kept a lot of the things that worked the same. So, like, my manifesto layout, I just kept it the same, changed the colours a bit, but that's it.
And obviously you're taking over from Tashi. You're going to try keep on some of the things that she's done.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge shoes to fill. Like, Tashi's done such a good job.
I mean,
she's
been
been
in
absolutely
that role
amazing.
for the last 2 years, so she's obviously kind of got her feet well under the table. What are you sort of going to do to get your name there?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I want to make sure that I dedicate at least 5 or 6 hours a week to go out and talk to students. I know that Tashi does exactly the same. I couldn't say enough good things about Tashi.
And what were the main points on your manifesto that you're really keen to sort of implement within the university?
Well, back in October, we got the Carnegie faculty officer elections, and we've only had about 3 months to work on that, so I want to carry on with that. But I think the main point on it was carrying on with the course rep relationships. Like, that's absolutely crucial. Like, yeah.
Okay. Cool, yeah. So it's great to have you back on the SU for another year. Obviously, this time you're going to be full-time. So currently you're part-time alongside with your uni work. Do you think moving to a full-time job is going to be a sudden, difficulty, or do you think you're moving quite easily now you don't have the uni work to go alongside it?
I think it's going to be difficult going from a uni student to a full-time job. Like, I won't be able to go out all the time in the week. But I think it's going to be really fun. I think everyone in the office is going to have a great time, and I hope that we can achieve a lot for the year.
Yeah.
I mean, why did you go for this role rather than sort of stay within Carnegie and do something with that faculty?
Yeah. I'm a third-year student, so I couldn't go for the part-time role again. For the last 3 years, I've done a course called Education Studies, so I thought it was quite well linked. And I won the election for the Carnegie faculty officer as well, so I hope that it was quite linked as well.
Yeah. And out of the other people that have won, is there anyone you're really sort of looking forward to working with? Is there anyone that you've sort of made friends with while you've been campaigning?
Yeah, I knew a few of the people that were campaigning, but I just like all the candidates for every category. Like, no one could call it, even between candidates. Like, it was so close for everything.
Yeah, there seems to be a really good atmosphere. Like, everyone's just sort of getting on, love camaraderie, rather than that sort of competition of trying to push each other out. It seems like it's been a very good atmosphere while you've been campaigning.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's been so sound. It was a bit stressful, like, on the last day, but that was to be expected. So.
Yeah, I mean, were you still campaigning today up until sort of 4 o'clock this afternoon?
Yeah. 5 to 4. Like, I was running around to students saying, "There's 5 minutes left of voting. Like, vote now."
That obviously works in your favour.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, obviously everyone that I spoke to, they seem to be a little bit like, all right, yeah, let's vote for him. And, like, I really do appreciate everything. So happy.
Are you quite sad it's over? Because you've got kind of a break now. You get to rest for a little while from all the campaigning. Are you pleased about that, or would you like to carry on a bit longer?
It was really hard, but now I've got to go back to doing my dissertation, so it's like trading one evil for another.
Yeah. I think with the with the digital age that we have at the moment, I think campaigning isn't just throughout the day; it's also throughout the night, isn't it? And I know I've spoken to you several times, and you've still been campaigning Facebook, Twitter throughout the night, and so it definitely takes a toll on your sleep. And I think a well-deserved rest, over the weekend is in order.
Yeah, it's not just the weekend. We're going out tonight, get absolutely drunk. It's got to happen. Like yesterday, I did 8 in the morning till midnight. So, long days campaigning. I mean, obviously that's just a voting day, so that was the main reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, which part of campaigning has been your favourite? Did you enjoy sort of getting it up off the ground, or did you like it when it got really intense and you knew that it was getting towards the end?
My favourite part of campaigning was actually going out talking to students. Like, they're the people that are voting for us. They're the people that believe that we can lead the union forward. That was my main favourite part. But not only that, just like, as I said, getting my name out there, telling people what I've done already and like what I plan to do for the future.
So I think, as everyone knows, education is obviously a very important part of uni, being the reason you come here. So, you know, no pressure, but I wondered, Andrew, if you had anything to ask about his role or anything along the lines of campaigning?
What about education or the?
Whatever you want.
What do you really want to put forward out of your manifesto? What's that one policy you want to focus on?
Well, as I said to Eric and Beth, the main point on it that I want to make sure I do is continue to build relationships with course reps. But obviously, that's not looking at educational needs. As I said, for the last 3 years, I've done education studies, so I've been very aware of the policies that have come in that have affected university life. So yeah, just want to try and make sure that everyone gets their money's worth as well, because obviously the £8,500 tuition fees at the moment.
Yeah, answers it.
I mean, you're looking very nice, suited and bands at the moment, but there's been a lot of sort of costumes that people have been wearing. There's been bears and that sort of stuff, and lots of T-shirts with stuff written on. Was that one of your tactics? Did you have a T-shirt or I don't know, some sort of costume on when you were campaigning, or were you just you?
Yeah, I had a T-shirt that said "Vote Ollie Richardson." Just like it was sort of something like loads of banners as well, just to try and get my name out there. Back in October, I had like a monkey onesie, so I tried to get myself out there with that as well. But yeah.
And did you have quite a lot of support from your friends? Were they out there with you, helping you campaign?
Yeah, absolutely, huge support. Like, I want to say a particular thank you to Alex Soden, Greg Cam, everyone that helped me, basically, Massa Chadri, everyone. Like.
Were you giving food away? A lot of people have been giving sweets and food and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, last night, obviously, today was the last day of voting.
Yeah.
Last night I got in at midnight and stayed up for another 2-3 hours making Rice Krispie cakes.
That's dedication.
Yeah, well.
I mean, they're hard to make.
Yeah, I didn't think they were that hard.
So it's been a great experience for you then, I take it.
Absolutely amazing. I couldn't recommend it more for anyone, like, literally running the elections next year, anyone.
Brilliant. Well, it's been great having you up here, Ollie. Obviously, we don't want to hold you back from your celebrations and resting too much. So thanks very much, and we hope you have a fantastic year with the newly elected team.
Yeah.
All right, thank you ever so much, guys. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool.
So, have we got any more tweets?
I have. We've had some interesting conversations going on Twitter. While you were talking, I've been padding away, if that's the right word. I don't know.
I don't know. It's quite weird. This election's been the election of home baking. Usually people just bring their sweets along.
Students can cook.
You know, homemade cupcakes. Yes, please.
Okay, I think we've got time for one or two tweets before we head back to the stage.
So, who will be the next Irish Dave? I think that's a pretty good question and one we've been waiting for all night.
It's a big leprechaun suit to fill because pretty much every time I've seen Dave, he has been in a leprechaun suit. So I think we're ready for the results. So we'll head to the stage.
That was fantastic. I think that was really quite unbelievable and tense. It was very tense.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Millie, obviously.
That was a good speech. That was.
It was a very good speech, I think definitely the best speech and definitely the most important role.
So it's helpful, yeah. So we're going to be speaking to Millie in just a little bit. If we can pull her away from her friends, because she's brought a lot of them.
Yeah, so thanks for watching tonight. We're still going to be going on for a little bit more. We're going to be interviewing Millie along with David Alcorn, the current president. So that should be an interesting duo on stage there.
Yeah.
And
here's Millie now. Well done.
Millie, oh, she's with us now. Okay. Is it just you? There we go.
So how are you feeling after that?
Pretty amazing. I think they're probably expressing it more. Yeah, I think they sum it up for me. So, yeah.
So you were up against a lot of people there.
Really, really amazing competition. People that I admire for different reasons. They have all such strengths and passion within themselves that it's a rarity. It's a rarity to see, and they're just amazing people. Really, really amazing people.
And I mean, you talked quite a bit about your campaigning in your speech there.
Yeah.
Spray painted T-shirts, which I can actually see down there now.
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed the whole experience?
It's been a roller coaster. I've learned as I've gone. I've learned things that I had no idea about before. Luckily, I've had the team to support me, to get me through it, and I think no one can do anything alone. You need people to support you. Hi.
And here we have Dave, the Irish Dave, we should say, the current president, who you're going to be taking over from.
Indeed, that's right. Congratulations, Millie.
Thank you very much.
Incredibly exciting. So stoked for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Even though you're not going to be working together, there was a bit of teamwork there with the alcohol. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's it. I'm always happy to help a thirsty
I might
friend.
need a bit now.
Do you want to go for it? Go for it. Always happy to help. The Irish are generous with the alcohol.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
So, David, I assume you're going to be upset to be leaving your role, or you're excited to be moving on to other things?
A mixture of both. It's exciting and sad. I've had such a great time, and the experience is amazing. Millie, you're going to love it.
I can't wait.
Down. And I look forward to working with you over the handover process and everything. It's going to be great. You're going to love it.
So what are your plans for when you leave? Obviously, you've had a great year.
That's it. I plan to move to California. That's the plan. I've got there's a Bible college, theological college I've just got accepted to. So if all goes to plan, heading out there in September. It's going to be awesome. Sunshine and beaches.
That's quite a good transition. I mean, we like Leeds, but Leeds to California, that's quite a nice jump.
It's quite nice, James. Irish, we have roving feet, we have to travel, what can I say?
Yeah, they'll love you there, they'll love the accent.
Well, I hope so, I hope so.
And I mean, I'm quite pleased to have a woman because the previous two presidents have actually been blokes, so one for the girls with you.
To be honest, it never actually occurred to me that I was a woman standing for the position. I never thought it as a sort of gender inequality kind of thing. So I suppose that's a good thing. And I know that it means so much to Paula, and to know that it does mean so much to her sort of makes it even bigger thing, which is really nice. So
why did you want to run for the presidential role? What appealed?
I think I have new ideas and I'm a fresh head. I think I have visions that I really want to carry through, and I'm a course rep at the moment, and I've been able to make differences just by doing that. So I want to inspire other people. I mean, to be honest, Tashi inspired me massively with the work that she's done, as well as the rest of the SU. But I think if I can be inspired like that, then hopefully I can inspire other people in the same way.
That's a good reason.
Did you know she's the first female president in 6 years? That's fantastic.
That is an achievement, one for the girls.
And I've got short hair.
And I think in general it's quite a female-oriented group this year, isn't it? Most of the candidates are females.
Well, we are.
I was the only male this year. They kept me on my toes, that's for sure.
I mean, have you enjoyed your time as SU president?
Very much so. It's an
What's
experience.
been the highlight for you?
Say again?
What's been the highlight for you?
Highlights. I don't think I can pick out a specific highlight. I mean, it's all been amazing. It's been on the board of governors is an experience in itself. I got to pick the new chancellor for the university. I'm in the process of picking the new chair of the board of governors. There's just lots of influence you can get that you don't even realize once you sign up. It's all ahead of you, Millie. No pressure. No pressure. But it's amazing. There's just doing speeches at graduations and all sorts of stuff. Just getting out there and people coming up to you and say, hey, you're Irish Dave, you're the president of the Students' Union. And I go, yes, I am. And then wondering what they're after, usually they're after help. And seeing people and students getting help where they need it and be able to sort them out. Like just recently we've got grants given back to all the care leavers students within Leeds Met, and they've got grants given to them and made sure that's secured for the future. And it's just amazing just to see students being happy and getting what they need and deserve, so it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And also a great excuse to dress up as a leprechaun for most of a year.
That's it, yeah. I mean, any chance to dress up and have a laugh, that's what it's all about. Students can appreciate humour, and I'm all for that, so anytime. If you need a leprechaun suit, Millie, I'll lend it to you.
I'd be a bit baggy.
So, what are you saying?
Yeah, I mean, if you could pick an outfit, what would you be?
I think probably I quite like making costumes, actually. It's something I've always tend to do. I've enjoyed being a pumpkin before. It was a Halloween costume. I made it from like some wire and some fabric. It was all handmade and a bit difficult in a house party situation, but I don't know, I'll try and think of something new.
Okay.
Give me a little bit longer to think of something.
Yeah, we'll look forward to that.
Well, it's been great having both of you up here in our couch area, as such, with these lovely, comfortable seats. And congratulations, Millie.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for the year we've had with you so far, Dave, and the year that's still to come. You know, it's not quite over yet. And I hope you both have a very good evening.
Thank you.
Millie, you can finally relax. Campaigning is over officially.
Woo!
You've won.
I've got to get back to uni work now.
Yeah, I think you've got some friends with you down there that want to celebrate. So we'll let you get back to them.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
So thanks for joining us tonight. This is Met TV you've been watching, hopefully live. Some of you have been watching online.
All the SU staff, Leeds Met Video Production Unit, all the candidates, all the winners, the current officers, and you for watching. Thank you very much.
Good night.